So this is where we just bring people out. You're hyping up your team. We're about ready to go play on the field. Game day is Sunday. We're coming out of the tunnel and you're bringing us out on the field. So go ahead, Colette.
What up, my beautiful people? Y'all look so beautiful today. I can't even. It's just my screen's blowing up. Thank you for letting me be a part of this. I'm just excited to get this Wednesday, get this hump day going, get this energy from you all and share what I can with you to motivate you and let's do this fast style. All right, let's get it done today.
I love it. So and she's like, can you give me more context? You guys, if we're ever on the screen and I ask you to bring us out on the tunnel, here's what I want you guys to think about. I want you to think about your haka dance, right? We're standing there, we're getting ready for battle. I'm doing my haka dance. I'm ready to go out on the field. I'm ready to take my team out on the field for battle. I want some inspiration. I want some motivation. Hit us with some fire ass shit in the morning. Get us pumped up. We're all ready. So Colette, look at you.
Let's do this.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, you guys. So let's go ahead and get cracking for today's group coaching. I want to take you guys through some trivia. I have some questions. I want this to be high level of participation. I want to go around the room, you guys. Anybody can answer these questions, but if you do choose to answer a question, I want you guys to make sure that your camera is on. If you're a brand new guest in the room, if you don't have the answers to these questions, obviously don't raise your hand, but if you want to take a stab at it, then take a stab at it. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about eXp. I want you guys to understand the brokerage that you have chosen to align with, right? eXp has blown up over the last 5 years for many, many different reasons, but I want to have a high level of conversation about this. I'm going to do some trivia. I think it's important that you guys know about the company that you are hanging your license. So let's do this. Let's do some trivia. First off, I have a question for everybody. How many worldwide eXp agents do we currently have right now? Who wants to answer that first question? All right, Joellen, you don't have your camera on. I see your hand up. There she is. Joellen, let's hear it.
We have 75,000 agents.
Ooh, okay, I love it. And see, here's what's cool. We have 75,000 worldwide agents. If you go to eXp's channel on IG, you could see the icon and then you can share that icon and put it on your story. So absolutely, this is why we're doing this, because look at Dan's answer. Dan said 60,000. So Dan just learned, hey, we have 75,000 people. Love that. Good stuff. Good stuff. So let's continue cruising on. Can anybody on the call today name 10 of the countries that eXp currently operates in? Who wants to answer that question? Anybody? Going once? Going twice? What's that?
I'll take a stab at it.
All right, cool. Is that Kwanzaa?
Yep.
All right, big dog, let's hear it, bro.
I know we got let's see, US, Canada, Mexico, India, so some European countries too. I think Brazil.
Okay.
Let's see. Is it Singapore?
Yep.
Missing 3. Let me see. I think we also have, let's see, we also India, Malaysia. What's the other 2? Damn, I looked at this the other day.
Okay, it's okay. Good stuff. Good stuff. Who else wants to take a stab at this? Who can name 10 countries in which eXp operates? It's a hard question, you guys. Anybody else want to take a stab at this?
Can I just add to what he said?
Okay, Aaliyah. Let's hear. What else?
China, Spain, or we might be either we're in Spain or we're expanding to Spain.
We're there.
We're there already. Okay, Spain. We're in different countries in Africa. I don't know. Kenya? Are we in Kenya?
So we can officially say Africa. Yeah.
Yeah.
South Africa.
South Africa. Okay. Yep. I think that made up 10, right?
All right. I think I'll give you guys a pass, but let me spit some fire for you guys. US, Canada, UK, Australia, South America, South Africa, India, Mexico, Portugal, France, Puerto Rico, Brazil, Italy, Hong Kong, Colombia, Spain, Israel, Panama, Germany, and the Dominican Republic. Make sure to take this post from the eXp page, put that onto your story, start hyping up the brand, because this is super, super important. Now, I'm going to go to my next question. And this is more an opinion. This is not a tried and true answer in any stretch of the context. In your opinion, why has eXp grown the way that it has? In your opinion, why has eXp grown the way that it has? Who wants to take that and answer that question? Let me hear you guys. I want to hear your thoughts, your dialogue, and your insight on this. Jewel Carter raised her hand. Jewel Carter, let's hear it. Why has eXp grown as fast as it has over the last few years?
I think it's because the cost, and it's easier to, you don't have to share as much with your broker, and they offer a lot, and there's profit sharing. They offer a lot,
Okay.
and the community also.
Ooh, I love this. I love this. All right, so we'll come back to Terry, but Michael Swanson, you had your hand up, big dog. Let's hear it, bro. In your opinion, why has eXp grown the way that it has in the recent years?
I think it's kind of shifting away from the usual typical brick and mortar brokerage model. It's allowing people to be able to do other things as well as focus on real estate and other entrepreneurial areas. And like I said, like you mentioned, the profit sharing is a big thing, to be able to actually get paid to bring agents on and not dip into their money. So I think those are huge.
Love it. I love it. Okay, cool. We have a couple newcomers to the call. I see Terry. Terry, let's hear from you, brother. In your opinion, why has eXp grown the way that it has in the recent years?
I think they're the new idea, basically. Like they're the other brokers out there, like what Michael was saying about the brick and mortar. They're pretty much the blockbuster of real estate, and we're like Netflix. We're kind of going in that direction, and I think that attracts a lot of agents. That attracted me personally, because I want to be on that new wave of new technology, new ways of doing business, new ways of generating leads, new ways of growing a team organically. And I think that that can only make your business thrive. So I'm on board with that. And that's the reason why I chose.
Man, I love this. I love this. Let me share with you guys. I'll pause for a second. I want to share with you what's in the chat right now. Where do you find the eXp image to share? Really good question. All you do is you go to the eXp Realty _. I want you guys to follow that page. It's super important that you guys know what's going on. You'll also see all the countries which we've expanded to, and then industry news that's going on in the company. I want you guys to make sure to follow that. And then when you see cool icons, you can share that on your stories. But cloud-based model, multiple income streams, retirement and support, residual income, network marketing. Absolutely right, because hashtag Team Baz. I love you, bro. Ryan says industry disruptors. Jeff says innovation and capitalization of a needed white space. Ernesto says downline, big incentive to recruit to more people proactively. So more people proactively do it. Ryan says Apple of the real estate industry. Christine Miller says great comparison. I love that. Joellen says teams and passive income. Christine Miller, you had your hand up. Let's hear from you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say, it's just very Asian friendly, but kind of like what everyone had just said. So it's nothing different, but just, yeah, I was gonna mention this.
I want to hear from your words. If someone asked you, in your opinion, and you're standing on a national stage, why has eXp grown the way it has? What would you say?
I would say it's definitely like for the agent. Like I want to say like I don't know, I feel like you could be who you want to be here. You know what I mean? Like it's not like the other places that I've seen or how those agents carry themselves. Like it's very original, very individual, right? Individual based. And I don't know, it just feels very free, like very free.
I love that. I love that. Really, really good. Let's go to one more person. Zyra, she's driving, and then we're going to move on to the next question. I see a couple hands up. We'll get to everybody. If you guys still have your hands up, just raise them down. That way I can get to everyone. Zyra, let's hear from you. In your opinion, why has eXp grown the way that it has?
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Okay. So I think everyone as agents, you somehow, like you think ahead, and a lot of people want to be a broker owner. But eXp allows you to brand out yourself, but also be with a team and be incorporated with more people, surrounded by more people, as opposed to just being on your own. I think that's why.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. Awesome. Like I said, there's no wrong or right answer here. Good stuff. So I really love your participation on a high level. All right, let's go to number 4. What is agent equity program? In less than a minute, who could explain to me what agent equity is? Who wants to raise their hand and take that question? Please don't be shy. Nobody wants to take that question?
What do you mean a lot? Can you be more agent equity? Is that the revenue share?
No, that's agent equity. That's agent equity.
But,
So you have two different programs. Hold on. You have agent equity program, and then you have rev share. So what is the agent equity program in less than 1 minute?
So I believe it's the stocks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, you're on the right path. What is it?
Okay. So basically, eXp gives you the opportunity to roll over 5% of each commission check earned into the company stocks, which gives you ownership in the company versus just being a renter, so to speak. And I have definitely enrolled in it. When I first started, the stocks were around $14 a share. And today I think they're around $40 a share. So I own equity in the company now. And the ticker
Melody,
is EXPI, right?
What's the discount in which you can purchase the stock?
So there's a 10% off market discount.
Good stuff. Awesome. Good stuff, you guys. If you have not, Melody, I'm getting some feedback. If you mute yourself, thank you. If you haven't enrolled in agent equity, make sure to do that. There was a time last year where our stock got up to 160. However, things have changed. They split the stock. It's taken a little bit way to climb back up. However, that 5% purchases the stock at a 10% discount. Highly recommend that you get involved with that. Okay, this one's hard. And I'm going to give you a minute on this one. This one's super difficult. So who in the room right now can tell me what what rev share is in less than 1 minute? Who can tell me what rev share is? If you're going to answer this question, you have to have your camera on. All right, I see Bill's hand up. Big Dog, let's hear it in less than 1 minute, rapid fire. What is rev share? Explain.
eXp has done something that's been going on forever on a new platform. This is RevShare, Amway, Mary Kay, Avon. Only instead of a specific product, you just work with your clients and build the same network and residual income that they all did, having to buy specific items. That is, in a nutshell, what revenue share is.
So what is it?
It's the tiered program of Amway, Avon, all that. You buy, you bring more people in, they buy that. They took that platform that was tried through the 80s and 90s and put it into real estate where you can just do it doing your job instead of a very specific item that you have to buy from yourself.
Okay, cool. I like that. Who else wants to give this one a crack? Michael, is that a new hand up or is that the old hand up?
That's a new hand up.
All right, cool, bro. In less than 1 minute, explain to me what rev share is. I'm sitting next to you at a bar before we hop on a plane to Minneapolis, and you said rev share. What the heck is that?
So when you attract new agents to eXp, pretty simply, you get a percentage of their deals closed. The good part about it is it doesn't come out of their side, it comes out of eXp side. So they're not losing any money, and you get a percentage of each deal that they close when you bring them into the company.
And if I am on Team Fast, how much money could I potentially make off of one person to bring onto the company annually?
I think 10,000, I believe.
No, it's $800. If I just bring somebody on to eXp, potentially, what can I make every single year from just one person?
I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Roughly around $2,800. And the reason why it is less for Team Fast is because we are quarter cappers, because anyone in our environment caps at $4,000. So the money that goes to eXp is less, hence why the rev share money is less that goes back to the agents in just our team. But good stuff, Michael. Good stuff, Bill. I love that. Okay. Who is the CEO of eXp? Anyone want to take their name, face? All right. So Dan Stunberg, let's hear from you, brother.
I'll take the easy one. Glenn Sanford.
Totally. And do you know the history of why he founded this company?
He was a Keller Williams agent, right? And liked generally the idea, but saw some holes in it and decided to do his own thing.
Totally. Absolutely. Glenn Stanford, when he originally launched this company, packed up all of his belongings, hopped in a Winnebago and drove across the country to meet agents just like yourself and to talk about this brand and start building this brand. A lot of the brand tenets and a lot of the things that he thought of was obviously from profit sharing. Said, you know what, let's do things a little bit different. In a profit share environment, that money is dwindled down after events, after staff is paid, after district managers, branch managers, all these things. That profit share could literally mean 27 bucks to you as a person. Not for me. I'm glad that I'm here, but good answer, Dan. So when did Team Fast join eXp? We'll get into some of the team stuff now. I want you guys to know the story because it's important, because consumers are going to ask you some things like, tell us why you guys are there. So who can tell me? Who, please raise your hand. And if you raise your hand, you have an answer, take yourself off of, or put your camera on. Joellen, you had your hand up. Did you want to answer this?
Sure.
There she is. Hi.
eXp came, or you guys came into eXp in 2019 after you guys were pretty much forced out of Climb January 2017. I mean, January 17th.
So a couple years off, but it's okay.
Oh,
so we came to eXp in January of 2020.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's all right.
Yeah.
It's all right, but good stuff. That's why we're doing this. This is a refresher. This is a recap. That way we all know exactly why we're here. All right, number 8. This is hard, but I want you guys to know your company. I want you to know the players within the company. Who can name all of the people on the senior leadership team and what their roles are? Anybody tell me that? You guys see their faces, you see our faces, you know us. Hopefully you love us. Not all the time, I get it. But who can tell me all the people on the senior leadership team? Melody, that one's too easy for you, so I'm going to come back to you. All right, so Danielle, if you're going to answer that question, I want you to answer that, but you got to take your, put yourself on camera. There we are. Let's hear, Danielle. Who are the senior leaders within Fast Real Estate?
Okay, I'm gonna try. So obviously there's Kenny. He's the one, obviously Team Fast. He had the vision.
Yep.
There's Karina Demeter.
Yep.
She's the Oracle. So I've heard she has a nickname of the Oracle, but she's director of operations or operational director.
No, I no, but more compliance and like broker related and agent support. But go on, you're doing good.
Okay, there's a man named Elias Astuto. I believe he's director of coaching and sales.
Got it. Yep.
But that encompasses so much more.
Yes.
There is John Gomez, I believe.
Yep.
I don't know his exact title, but I know he helps with the technical stuff I've heard, but I'm not sure what else.
So John Gomez is the director of operations. He's responsible
Director of operations.
that launches all of our programs behind the scenes, getting offices set up and things like that. Huge integral part of the system. And then one other person.
There is Cynthia Peterson.
So Cynthia is not part of the senior leadership team. She is part of the leadership team, but not the senior leadership team.
Okay.
I'm talking about the old folks.
Let's see. There's
one of the new bucks.
Okay. Kenny Elias, Karina, John Gomez. Oh,
and then
gosh.
one more.
Oh, is it Molly?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
I know Molly was there
Molly's
too.
Title? What is Molly's title?
Molly is, I know she's in charge of onboarding, but she also does more than just the onboarding part.
Yep.
But I'm not sure her exact title.
She is the director of onboarding, and she is the director of team partnerships, meaning programs that we're going to launch down the road, different, partnerships that we launched, like our high note presentations and things like that. She plays a huge role in getting those for our company. So Good stuff. Good stuff. Let's
Perfect. Thank
continue
you.
cruising on. What I'll do right now is I want to pull this in and I'm going to put our org chart inside of the chat. That way you guys have it. I want you guys to know who everyone is. That way you also know who to go to for questions and answers down the road. All right, cool. Let's continue on. How many agents does Team Fast have? All right, let's hear it. Andrea, I saw your hand up. Let's hear from you. She had some numbers. It's okay. Going once, going twice.
So I heard recently it's over 300 now.
It is not, but,
it's not.
but you're close. So who wants to give me an actual number? Let's hear from Sylvia. Sylvia, what's the number?
299.
We're close. We're getting there. Let's hear from one other person. Kiran, in order to answer this question, you got to have your camera on, buddy. There it is.
Yeah, is it 286?
You guys are all close. I'll give you the official number right now. The official number that have onboarded and have all their documents into us is 267. If we add all the people that are in the queue, we are at 299 people. And how many people can tell me how many people we started out with in this company? Go ahead, Janique.
12.
There was actually 10. So yeah, crazy to think that we've grown this amount. Okay, who can name all of the Team Fast offices, retail offices, as well as co-working spaces? Who can name them?
Me,
Who is that?
Zyra,
And Zyra, feel free to mention the newest one that is coming at the end.
which I'm here. I'm at Fairfield.
Yeah, that's right.
And I
All right, big dog, let's hear it.
my key. Okay, so Concord, Brentwood, not Vacaville, Sacramento, Oakland, Walnut Creek. Did I say Concord already? Yes.
You did.
Fairfield. Shoot, I'm missing. How many more do I have? How many more is there?
There's a couple coming soon that you don't have to name those because they're not official yet, but Hercules is about ready to drop.
That's
Because
it?
we're just waiting on PG&E, and then Hayward.
Hayward, okay.
Where else? You're missing two ends of the spectrum.
I don't know.
All right, who else wants to take this? Who can name all the different offices? I see Quan talking. Let's hear the dog.
Oakland.
No, she said Oakland.
Yeah, Oakland, Brentwood.
Okay, cool. She said Brentwood.
Oh, she did? Oh, okay. Wait, so Oakland, Brentwood. I know we have Stockton. And
That's
do we
it.
have one in Pinole?
No, not yet.
So Fairfield, Sacramento. I know we have our co-working office in Walnut Creek at the WeWork place, and then we also have a spot in San Francisco, right?
Totally. There you guys go. Here's the thing, and Melody and I were on a call yesterday. We're doing this reporting through a company called Redilix. Redilix is able to pull a report of all agents that are doing business that are closest proximity to our offices. Meaning I was able to run a report and I was able to see 40 agents that were in a 2-minute drive or 2-mile drive from our office based on where they did most of their business. So for me, I'm looking at this like, damn, like, let's start calling those people. Like, you live far away, but you're at this office that makes no fucking sense for you. I remember when Julie joined our team, Julie's like, oh yeah, I'm with Walnut Creek K-Dub. I was like, wait, you live where? Oh, I live in Oakland, like 10 minutes away. I'm like, it made no sense. So now we're able to really focus in on the people that are in these markets and be able to help them. Especially what's going to happen soon is we're about to launch a 12,000 square foot location in the heart of Walnut Creek. It's on the corner of North Main and Treat. It used to be the Bank of the West building. That's about to drop. We're super, super excited about that. Some more information to come. Okay. Who can tell me our team production in 2021? This one's an easy one. Easy. Let's hear it, you guys. Who can name the units and the volume for last year? Okay, so Sam, let's hear from you.
672 million.
I'll take it. I'll take it. And then how many units?
883.
Good stuff. I love this. All right. Imagine this. Imagine you're sitting next to a seller right now and they're saying, tell me a little bit about your team's production. And you're sitting at the listing table and you're like, well, fuck, we did a lot, you know, like we're busy. We did like 500 million because you're going based on our company goal last year. Well, that number is wrong, right? I want you guys to know that there's no better team in the Bay Area to help someone with their assets. Why? Well, we did $674 million in production last year, and we helped over 883 families find homes or sell their homes in the Bay Area. So when it comes to helping people manage the largest asset or find their largest asset, there's no better team in the Bay Area to do it than Team Fast. So know your shit. I love that, Sam. Who can name, this one's hard, you guys, and you guys, I'll give you a clue, but I want to hear if someone has this and can spit this out. Who can name Team Fast core values? Yeah. How many people think it's important to know our values, right? It's super important to know the values in which this company operates on. Can anybody give me 2 of the core values? Can anybody give me 1 core value in which this company operates on?
Collaboration, culture,
Okay.
diversity.
No, but culture and collaboration, that's good. All right, so on my wall on Instagram, the core values are there. What I highly recommend that you guys do is I want you guys to know your core values. So when we look at all of our core values, you guys should be able to talk about the culture, the growth mindset, coaching, gratitude, grit, and authenticity, excuse me. I want you guys to know these things because when we think about the company, we talk about our company, and when we're speaking about the company to others, I promise you one of those core values is going to speak to somebody that you're having conversations with, right? I might talk to Pam and we're talking and she's like, well, what does grit mean? Well, grit means that hustle, that diehard spirit, that ability to go out there and take the knocks on the chin because we have the grit to do so, right? A lot of companies aren't going to say grit is one of their core values. I love the core value. Let's think about this. Let's think about being authentic. Look around, you guys. Look at the diversity on this team. Look at the diversity in the office. You guys are a different type of people. So, all right, love this. Let's continue on, you guys. What is our tagline as a company?
You but fast.
Okay, that I was about to say. You got some of you wearing it right now. So absolutely. You guys, that came up last year. We were on a call and someone's like, I was wearing this hoodie. It said like, be you, they'll adjust. And Instagram got me. And then Kenny was on a mastermind with somebody and like that came up. He's like, that's funny, man. You should be you, but fast. And Kenny's like, well, shit, man, I like that a lot. And so Kenny's like, let's make that our tagline. So be you, but fast. All right, last but not least, before we talk about the market, high level conversation, let's have this answer. Who can name all the tech that Team Fast pays for you? Let's hear it. Who wants to raise their hand and take this one? All right, let's see who has not gone. Anybody? Joe Ellen. All right, so let's hear from some other people. Michael raised his hand. Joe Ellen raised his hand. Let's see who else. Andrea raised her hand. All right, Andrea, let's get the answer from you. Let's hear it.
High note. No, follow up boss. Oh God, now I'm on the spot. I know. The CRM follow up bot. I crashed. I can't think right now.
Okay, it's all right. That's why we're doing this, right? All right. So hey, what's your team offer? What kind of tech do they actually pay for you? Let's hear, Sam.
Sisu, follow up boss, high note, Real Scout, OpCity, OJO, Mighty Network.
Yep. So we'll remove OpCity and OJO because those aren't part of the company provided tools, but Real Scout, High Note, Sisu, Slack, Mighty Network, and Follow Up Boss. Those are all tech that we pay for our agents. So that is an advantage to you. That's a benefit to you so you guys can grow your business. And these are important things that you guys know because I want you to be able to have this dialogue. Here's what I want for you guys. I want you guys to not have to sell real estate in 5 to 10 years, right? Yeah, grind now, build your business, but down the road, be this mega attractor to this company and be sitting on tons and tons of extra money, supplemental income to where you can really decide whatever you want to do in this business. So let's have a quick conversation. Melody did a great role play session earlier. Highly recommend that you guys dive into those sessions on Monday and Wednesdays. It is an early riser session at 7:30 to 8:15, talking a little bit about the market, or excuse me, about working with sellers. But there's an article I saw on CNN. I want you guys to watch the video. It is in the Market Updates channel. And I thought this was really powerful information. So I want to share with you some things that are happening in the nation. And then we'll talk about the market. Home seller profits were up about $94,000. They were up 45% from 2020, excuse me. It is up 71% from pre-pandemic profits. Across the vast majority of all housing markets throughout the year, it's the highest profits that sellers have seen since 2008. Home equity soars. Percentage of homeowners who are equity rich is 42%, and it's up 30% since 2020. 9 of the top 10 equity states that are equity rich are in the West, obviously, us being one of the top. How much tappable equity has been earned in the United States of America? That number is $9.9 trillion in tappable income or tappable equity. That's up 35% from 2020. The average for home sellers in the United States of America was $185,000 of tappable equity. Economic potential, spending power has definitely increased, and it's the largest cash out that we've seen in the last 14 years. So I'm gonna elaborate on that. Obviously, we are not in the situation we were in 2008, 2009. That will never happen, right? You still have to have 20% of equity in your home, and you can't pull out everything, obviously. What's happening is that so many people are capitalizing on the amount of equity that they've built in the last couple of years. And so when you're working with sellers and you're working with buyers that say that they want to wait, you guys, we are sitting on one of the most beneficial times to ever purchase real estate in the Bay Area. And we have to make sure that we're having these high-level conversations. I want you to understand what's happening locally. I want you to understand nationally. I want you to read. I want you to become a junkie on the information around us so you guys can bring these conversations to the table when you're getting a listing, when you're talking with the buyer, when you're building urgency. It's important that you guys can spit some facts and you guys understand what is happening. The ability to build wealth has never been better for Americans when purchasing real estate, particularly in the Bay Area. We're at these mastermind sessions. We were at a mastermind session, excuse me, last week. Average home sales, 220, 300,000. I'm in downtown Detroit. Average home sales are 250. To think about what you're doing for people is you're truly having them build generational wealth. I saw a pre-video, it hasn't dropped yet, that Maria did for Black History Month. This video was absolutely fire. I only saw 2 video and I saw Naisha's. Those 2 videos were so powerful and they talked about building generational wealth. You guys, I want you to understand this. This isn't like, oh, interest rates are they're low or inventory's tight. Like, get down with them, understand what's happening. Help them understand that, hey, if you wait and interest rates go up 0.5 point, what does that mean to your monthly payment? And if you're going to go up a monthly payment of $50, what does that mean for the year? So what does it cost for you to wait and have those conversations and dialogue? So a lot of you guys are out there showing homes, you're writing offers, you're getting offers accepted. I want to ask you guys, what are some patterns? What are some conversations that you're seeing? And what are some things that you've been up against in this last week that you might want to share in this environment? So who's been writing offers? Who has some challenging situations that they want to talk about? Because I want to share in this environment. So who wants to share with me some scenarios that they're running into currently and share in this environment? Anybody take themselves off of mute and grab the mic.
I'll go real quick.
All right, buddy.
Yeah, so I was able to get 2 of my buyers into into contract like right before interest rate went up to, right now we're hovering in the low 4s right now. So I got one of them into contract at 4 1/8. And this is like days before. Now we're at, I believe it's hovering more at like a 4.25. So so it's definitely creeping up. And I also talked to buyers who are discouraged at this point, who are like, you know what, we're just going to wait for a little bit and hopefully the market will cool off. And I've tried to explain to them, like, look, this is not going to happen. It's going to go up a little bit more. But they're like, well, you know what? It's already jumped up from you know, 2 weeks ago when it was like low threes, like 3.25, 2 weeks ago, it's already jumped up to 4. So they're like, well, if it jumps up, it'll go up maybe another, you know, half a point. So it might go to like 4.5. So, you know, so that's kind of the sentiment of a couple of people that I've talked to. So, you know, and I've tried to let them know, like, well, if it goes up by that much, then you're looking for every half a point it goes up, you're looking at roughly about $50 more in you know, in your monthly cost, more like $48 to be exact, right? So putting in that perspective, for some people, they're like, that's okay, I can bear that. And so for some people, they're waiting for inventory. The biggest challenge right now, the frustration, is that they just don't see anything, or there's just so much competition, and the fact that things are gone so quickly onto market. We're back to the days of 8 days, right? Where like, I mean, like literally something coming to market on a Wednesday, by the next Monday, they're reviewing offers. So, you know, so it's very competitive for a lot of buyers. Some people are like kind of wanting to take a back seat and wait for more inventory to come in. They're not so worried about necessarily the you know, the point going up, because again, it's most likely only going to go up another half point.
Yeah, and that's a good conversation to have. You know what I would be most worried about? I'd be most worried about when those comps are catching up, right? Because what wins in today's market, and we've seen that over the past 3 years, or let's say 2 years, what we've seen is perceived value is winning over actual appraised value, meaning I love that house, I don't give a shit, I'm going to remove all of my contingencies and I'm going to write at $100,000 over asking price no matter what, and I'm going to beat out the competition and I'll do the work myself because I'm a contractor. Well, when that house closes, you have a new benchmark in that community. So if there's someone saying, oh, I'm going to wait, I would do my digging on all the pendings. Hey man, I just wanted to get some information, I'm wanting to write an offer on this home in the neighborhood, could you give me any insight of where you guys landed at? Right? That house just sold for $80,000 over, $120,000 over, $50,000 over. You guys, I want to share this information. Now, I'll respect that if you want to wait. I'm going to tell you, the last 5 houses that sold in this market sold for 20 to 80 to 100, whatever that number is, right? So what happens when those houses close? What happens when you say you want to wait for inventory? Well, when that new inventory hits the market, guess what the new benchmark is? It's based on that perceived value that somebody drove up that fucking price. So now what do I have to do? I have to compete with the new prices. Also, I have to compete with rising interest rates. So now it's not only, yeah, I would have changed my monthly. Well, now I'm having to pay way more because I decided to wait because the comps finally played catch up. We're always chasing. I don't see any signs of that going away. So Quan, good conversation, man. Who else has been writing offers, has some scenarios that they've been encountering that they want to talk about? I want to hear from you guys. I want to share in this environment. So please take yourself off of mute and let's hear it. Because I know you guys are writing offers, right? Okay, let's hear it. Somebody else. And I know that there's people not writing offers on the call. Anybody else want to tell me about an offer scenario? Go ahead, Dan.
I'll jump in. Yeah, I got some clients that I'm working with where they're in kind of a fortunate situation where they're doing 0% down, but they do have cash that they could put down. So, you know, they're in a pretty competitive situation for what they're looking for. And so I've been spending a lot of time just prepping them and briefing them on offering an appraisal gap coverage with the idea that if it comes in undervalued, they're basically just putting a down payment down. And so just really getting in advance the messaging across that, hey, this is something that we should be doing, but don't feel like you're overpaying for the house. Just think of it as instead of a 0% down, you're doing a 3% down payment. Now your monthly payment is going to be lower and you're going to win the house. And you know, you're going to do some work on it and it's going to go up in value. So it'll be great. So a lot of that like upfront prep. And so now we're writing up an offer today and I think they're going to do like $25,000 above appraisal, which at their price point will be pretty good. But I think if I'd had that conversation with them today, they would have been really scared about it. But because we've been layering that in over the last couple of weeks, they're like, yeah, okay, great. That makes a lot of sense.
Love it. I love it, Dan. I love the foundation of this conversation. You said this early, and that way it doesn't come as a surprise later on. Good stuff. Cam, let's hear from you. So Cam, what market do you specialize in? Where has the bulk of your business been? Cam, you there?
Yeah.
Where's the bulk of your business?
I focus. What was that?
Where's the bulk of your business been?
Bulk of my business has mostly been in Antioch.
Okay. So let
And
me ask you a question, and just let's talk about the market high level. So yeah, we live in Oakland. We're thinking about moving into Antioch because we heard it's less competitive. We want to get a bigger home, thinking about getting a pool. What's the market like in Antioch? I heard you're the specialist, so can you tell us exactly what to expect in this market?
yeah, so right now we're looking at 4-bedroom, 2 bathrooms starting at around 600,000 with about 5,000 to 7,000 square foot lot space. And we've been looking at a lot of 3-bedroom, 1 bathrooms that were in the 500 range, but now we're seeing them in the 550 range. So if you're looking at a 4 to 5 bedroom house with a pool, you're going to be looking probably in the $700,000 range, maybe 800,000 range in Antioch in particular, because the market has just shot up. And the reason being is Brentwood is expensive, Oakley is slightly more expensive. Antioch, Pittsburgh, and Bay Point are like that soft pocket of homes in the Bay Area that are still affordable. But the second you hit Concord, up again. So Antioch is actually extremely competitive right now because everyone is going there because they see that as the soft pocket of homes. And unfortunately, because of getting super competitive yesterday, we had 50 offers on a house we wrote an offer on. And I'll say the house is probably underpriced a bit, but of course, to drive interest, they priced it well. And we didn't get, still offering, 70, 80,000 over asking, waiving all contingencies, and it's still just not really the strongest place to get offers accepted right now.
Like you and Dan, you guys just literally spit some straight fire. Listen, you guys, if you guys are not taking notes, you're missing out, because I'll tell you what if tomorrow you have a buyer that wants to look in Antioch? Does everyone feel like they have some knowledge that they could drop about what is happening, the pulse, the tempo, and what is happening in the local markets and why? Cam, that is amazing how you explain that. Everyone understood that, and that is a really, just amazing job. Zyra, let's hear from you. Zyra, what market are you showing homes in right now to the most, where are you the busiest right now, Zyra? I know that you have clients right now at all ends of the Bay. Where are you the busiest right now? What market?
So right now we're looking mainly in Napa. So our clients wanted in Vallejo. But then after seeing some homes in Napa, I think that's more the rustic feel that they want to go for. It is in their budget, it is low inventory, and they want it. What we had to explain to them was anything is a deal right now, because the guy is mainly, the husband, he's mainly into, okay, well, I want to build a lot of equity within the next, by 2024. And we're like, okay, well, we don't have a magic ball, but we have seen people build equity within this last year. They don't want to overpay, but at the same time, we're like, okay, well, you're not overpaying if you're looking at it at the long run, right? So we're looking into Napa, and then working with another client here in Vallejo. They're in a very low budget, but they're mainly looking into duplexes.
Let me ask you a layered question really quick, Zyra.
Yes.
Is it more competitive in the Napa market than it is for Vallejo? And is there a huge price difference within those two markets?
So personally, I mean, I haven't worked like too much into it, but I know that Vallejo is a hot spot right now. Everyone wants to live in Vallejo, and I think it's because they're trying to avoid that traffic over the bridge, but still be close enough to when, if they do have to go into work, they're able to go to work. Vallejo is right in the middle. It's the heart of the Bay Area. You have an hour to Sacramento, an hour to San Francisco, and you're like 30 minutes away from Concord, Napa, whatever. You're just right in the middle. So we've seen like a lot of competition in Vallejo. As compared to what I'm seeing in Napa. Napa just has low inventory, and people don't. Low inventory, but I think it would be possible. It's like the house comes on the market and then it's gone within days. So it's like getting on it quick, as well as trying to get listings out there.
And I absolutely love this conversation. Good stuff, really good stuff. Who else wants to tell me about their respective market? Tell me about what they're seeing. Actually, I'm gonna go to Ricky White. Ricky White, man, you're new to the game. I want to ask you a question. You know, what's the real estate market like right now? Me and my wife are thinking about purchasing a home, but I think that we're probably going to wait until the market crashes. Because I'll tell you what, people are saying that dumbass shit. So let's hear it.
Okay, so if you're going to wait till the market crash, I don't think it's going to crash anytime soon. People are buying houses like hotcakes right now, and the interest rate is going up. So the longer you wait, the more likely you're going to have to put down for the down deposit. The monthly might go up. Every half a point, you're pretty much paying $50 extra a month. So if you're going to wait a year or two, it might be 6%, and you might have to, if you have $10,000 to put down, you might have to put $20,000 to put down. Or if you're still putting $10,000 down, monthly payment might go from $1,600 to $2,100. So if you wait till the market crash, it never crashed, you know. And right now, people are gaining all-time equity. You're losing right now if you're going to wait, you know. And how long are you going to look to wait? A year, 5 years, 10 years? Well, it never crashed, and you just miss out on the best opportunity you could have ever made in your whole life. So
good, man. I love that. I definitely refined that message, but man, I like where your conversation is going. Aaliyah, let me ask you a question. Aaliyah was able to get a listing appointment yesterday from the lead pond. Where's your listing appointment at?
El Sobrante.
El Sobrante. Okay, so you're probably thinking, you're probably doing your research. So tell me what's happening in El Sobrante. What's the market like in this? You know, I purchased this home in 1978. So what is the market like? I have no idea. You're going to meet this lady. What is the market like in El Sobrante?
Yeah, I mean, there's like for the past 6 months or so, there's been about 5 listings on the market at a time. So inventory is crazy low in El Sobrante. The people who have lived there since 1978 or whatever bought their house at like $100-something thousand, and they're now worth, depending on bedroom bathroom count, you know, like $650 and up. So they're sitting on a huge amount of equity. Yeah. What else?
Why do you think people don't leave El Sobrante?
Well, as far from my conversations with these homeowners, is they love their house, they love the environment. They get this like super naturey environment in El Sobrante. Most of the houses have really big lots, so they get this amazing lot, and then it's a, depending on where in El Sobrante, they have views, they have quiet neighborhoods, family-friendly neighborhoods. They have trails everywhere, super central location. So I mean, it's pretty much everything that you want.
Does it sound like Aaliyah's been doing some research on El Sobrante, right? So what my hope is that you guys have taken a note from what's happening in Vallejo, Dan's approach, Cam's approach, like you're hearing from everybody to see like, wow, now I have third-party stories and I have information that I could use to my benefit. We have one more person's hand up. Terry, let's go to you and let's come full circle, bro. You had your hand up. Did you want to ask or answer the market question?
No, I wanted to touch on that with the market. Elias, if you could kind of expound on that. I know we're kind of facing another crash similar to 2008 and 2009. It's another reason I didn't get into real estate then. I was thinking that, I mean, how could we prepare for something like that? I mean, there's no real way, but do you or anybody have any insight on how the market can impact potential clients, potential buyers, potential sellers? When is a good time to buy? When is a good time to sell? I mean, it's kind of like an earthquake. You just don't know how to prepare for it, but you want to have some type of preparation.
Here's the thing. There's no signs, and you could talk to any economist right now, whether it's Zillow, whether it's Redfin, whether it's NAR, CAR, there's no signs right now of a crash in the real estate market. The reason why the real estate market in 2008, 2009 happened is because banks gave money to anybody that literally had a pulse. So there's new rules, there's regulations on how they fund these homes, and there's new guidelines in order for them to purchase homes. with the economy as stable as it is right now, our job unemployment rate is at the lowest it's been in decades. You have so much money that is in the market, and you have so much gain that is happening from people that have purchased homes in the last few years. I don't see any signs of a market crash. And even if a market did crash, people still bought homes during a market crash. But Terry, I'm going to tell you this straight up, bro. There is no signs right now that our market is going to crash. We have one of the most secure and stable economies that we've seen in many, many years. Do we see maybe an increase? Totally. But in the Bay Area, we're a microclimate, right? The Bay Area is always going to be in high demand. I don't see any signs of things changing. Plus, I don't see all of a sudden millennials not wanting to purchase homes. That's the highest amount of people that are going into the housing market right now. That's not going to change, particularly in the Bay Area. People that are coming out of school, 24, 28, 26 years old, are sitting on $300,000, $350,000 in the salary. Then you take it back to pandemic, people sat on tons and tons of money because they couldn't do shit with their money. So now they've saved all this money and they're putting it back into the housing market. I don't see any sign of that, and know why it's a good indication of it. Look around. Cam just said that she had 50 people writing on a home. Eric Throm and PK just got into contract yesterday in San Francisco, 50 offers. That demand is still heavy. It's still high. People want home ownership because they see the benefits of it long term. And so there's no signs right now of any crash. Will we see some adjustments in the market, maybe get back to some type of normalcy? Potentially, but I don't see any signs of any crash right now. Zyra, you had your hand up, and Clarence, you had your hand up.
I just wanted to chime in just something that I feel like the market, there's no signs of it crashing. I don't think it's going to crash. I think what there is a lack of knowledge from the buyers or the sellers. They just don't know how much their house is worth. They don't know how much money they could pull out and purchase another home. I think there's just a lack of knowledge on that end, you know? So that's where we come in and have to really try to get in front of people and teach them.
Yeah, I love it. Clarence, you had your hand up. Good stuff, Zyra.
Yeah, I just want to chime in on the market. One thing that's way different in 2008, we already touched on, Elias, is the deregulation of the mortgage industry back then allowed people to get loans that was more than they can afford. Banks packaged those loans up to Wall Street. Wall Street sold those, and then they turned out to be junk. And banks were holding on notes that, you know, were pretty much worthless, which kind of helped. It created that crash. Also, there was a lot more inventory back then on the market than there is now. And so there wasn't something there to substantiate the cost of homes back then, which is unlike now, which obviously is a tighter market. You have lower interest rates. So even if rates go up, if you still have the tight market, you know, prices may balance a little bit, but you still have that tight inventory. And people say, well, everybody's leaving California. Well, there's still, as you already heard, 50 people bidding on a house. So the demand is still here.
That's right. That's right. Let's hear from one other person. Joe Allen, go ahead and take yourself off or put your camera on, and then we'll come full circle.
Yeah, there's something that I'm a little concerned with, and that's these bank statements, 12 months bank statements that people are now getting approved with, and they're going into jumbo adjustable rate mortgages. And these mortgages are fixed for the next 7 years. But what's going to happen in 7 years when that jumbo loan adjusts? And this was a self-employed person that was using bank statements today.
Yeah, I mean, that's a long way out for you guys. Just sell a shit ton of real estate right now.
Yeah.
In the late 80s, the interest rates went all the way up to 18%. Did people still sell real estate in the 80s? Absolutely. Business blew up in the 80s. Right. So we don't have any crystal ball about what will happen there. It's a good thing to keep an eye on moving forward. But let's do this, you guys. Let's come full circle. I want to hear from a couple people. Key takeaways from today's session. Let's hear from Delina. Delina, key takeaways from today's session together.
Be very knowledgeable in the market. Know your shit.
Yeah, for
Seriously.
sure. Good stuff. Let's go over to Kenneth. Kenneth, key takeaways from today's time together.
Key takeaways is, definitely all the questions you asked about eXp in the beginning. I found that very useful. Just in case anybody has questions about the brokerage we are with right now. a lot of those numbers I just, honestly just didn't have or anything. So that'd probably be a very interesting takeaway for me.
Good stuff. Teresa Davis, let's hear from you. Key takeaways from today's time together. Let's have you take yourself off of mute. Let's hear from you.
So my key takeaway from this is like, you just have to submerge yourself into it. Just like get into it and just eat it for breakfast, lunch, and dinner practically. I mean, that's the emotion that's coming over me listening to, some of the people speak. Is like, you just have to dive in it. You have to be full-fledged in it. Good. And I'm excited, Kenny. You do excite, you give us that excitement and that motivation that you really need.
Me Kenny.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, like I'm sorry. Yeah, but you give us that feeding that we really need. Like, you motivate me on a daily to get into it. And it doesn't matter if I'm driving into work or whatever, like I can still be a part of this and still grow.
Love it. I love it. Teresa, hopefully I inspire you enough to take action, right? Come here and then go take action in your business. I have so many notes. Judith is going to compile the notes from coaching, and we'll make sure to get that out to everybody. But make sure to store all this information and then be able to use it so you elevate your game when you're speaking to sellers and when you're speaking to buyers. Because I promise you, there's 5 things that you could have taken away from today that you didn't know before. This is a reason for you to create a video, right? Aaliyah could create a video. Cam could create a video based on what she heard. Zyra can create a video on what she's seeing and why people are moving to Vallejo and why that has become so important, why the ferry came to Vallejo a couple of years back and what's that mean for commuting and commerce and so many different topics. So you guys have these ability to just say, you know what, hey guys, I was just in group coaching today. I want to share with you what our core values are. Or, hey, I want to share with you some things that I learned about the company. Or I want to share with you some things that I learned about our local economy or our local market. Or I want to share with you some things that are happening nationally. Watch that video I put in the chat. You guys will hear directly where I got the information from. Obviously, I believe in, R&D is rip off and duplicate. So you guys have the ability to take these things, repurpose them, and start creating some really cool content around it, right? Do your own Keep Current Matters, right? So take the information that you learned today, go out and apply it. I'm looking forward to seeing your guys' faces today for the bar camp. Nobody will actually die today because it is Squid Game themed. However, we'll have some fun with the theme. We have Korean food, Korean beer, Korean cocktails. The office will be packed with tons of people, tons of excitement. We're all going to get together and we're going to mastermind. So hopefully I see you guys there. Peace. Have a wonderful day. Let's keep it moving towards our dreams, goals, and vision. I appreciate you guys all.